Now with all the latest headlines, it's the ITV News.
Good afternoon, I'm Faye Barker. Former Pope Benedict XVI, who became the first pontiff to resign in around 600 years, has died at the age of 95. He led over 1 billion Catholics for just 8 years before standing down in 2013, citing old age and poor health. Vincent McAvenny reports.
The papacy of Benedict XVI will forever be remembered by his resignation from it. The first pope in 600 years to step down. This quiet, studious man shocked the world when in 2013 he said the role had become too much for him to bear. In 2005, Cardinal Josef Ratzinger had become the oldest pope to be elected for nearly 3 centuries. The 78-year-old German took charge of the Catholic Church as the issue of child abuse became one of its most challenging scandals.
He had almost as a motto, faith in God is not a problem to be solved, but it's a richness to be discovered again.
Previously, as Cardinal Ratzinger, Benedict was right-hand man of his predecessor, Pope John Paul II. Nicknamed God's Rottweiler by some, there were claims he did not initially take the discovery of institutional child abuse seriously. But as Pope, he was forced to confront it, accepting the Church's guilt, and on a state visit to Britain in 2010, he met with victims in private and offered a full public apology. Over 8 years, he travelled a troubled world, preaching peace to the Prime Ministers, monarchs and presidents he met as a fellow head of state. On retirement, his critics said he failed to adapt the Church to the 21st century. But his beliefs that its strength lay in traditional values and absolute truths struck a deep chord with those who flocked in their thousands to see him.
Former Pope Benedict XVI, who's died at the age of 95. In other news, King Charles's first New Year's Honours List has been announced. The Queen guitarist Brian May has been knighted for services to music and charity. There are more than 1,000 recipients.
The most overwhelming emotion, and disbelief. I actually can't believe it's happening to me. I can't. It's a huge accolade, a huge honour. I haven't quite taken it in yet, if I'm honest.
People around the world are already beginning to welcome in 2023. Celebrations return to Auckland's Sky Tower after being cancelled last year due to COVID. And around 1 million people turned out along Sydney's waterfront as more than 9,000 fireworks were launched from the Harbour Bridge and Opera House. Romilly will be back with the evening bulletin at 6:05. Until then, have a good afternoon.